Hey guys, welcome back to the football family where the love of soccer runs through our veins. Alright, so on this channel we do a lot of different things, really just anything soccer that we want to talk about or look at or play, we do it. As you can see on the channel, we do a lot of like kit reviews. I still need to do a review on this Miami thing. It's Miami kit, and I actually have another kids Miami kit, a fake one. This is a real one that I'd like to show you guys and kind of compare and contrast. But in this video today, we're going to be doing a really short recap and talking about Inter Miami's performance last night against Monterrey. If you watched the game, you know what happened, but we're going to kind of dive into it just a little bit and just give you my thoughts. Now here at the Proctor household, we are just big soccer fans, and in each league we kind of have a team that we maybe support first and foremost. For us, we're Arsenal family. We love Arsenal. It's Arsenal every single thing. But MLS is also very important, and back when David Beckham was getting his team off the ground, I sort of decided then and there, especially with the problems that he was having, and David Beckham was my favorite player as a kid. Like, if I show you some of the stuff that I have from that era, it will blow your mind. And pictures of my bedroom, it was just David Beckham everything. I wore the number 7 for a long time. I literally borderline worshipped the guy. In just his playing style, and that's how I tried to mimic my style. But that being said, I have been an Inter Miami fan since he started that, and really before the team was a team. And I kind of have been waiting out the MLS for that, because other than that and the proximity, like Miami's close to us, or one of the closest teams to us here in Mississippi, there was really no team that I felt drawn to. Now, I did get the chance to go work. I'm a filmmaker, if you can't tell behind me, all this camera equipment, and I got the chance to go work for a company that does a lot of the MLS hospitality, so I did get to visit some of these cool stadiums, and I thought that Austin maybe would be my team for a minute, but it didn't really click, and I didn't feel like that burning passion for them. I think I'm just like, I really like to go for the underdogs, and like I said, I'm a huge David Beckham fan, so that, you know, that kind of contributed to why I'm now a Miami fan. But we've been following Miami, and we stuck with them before Messi was there. You know, I was like, whatever, we're just gonna be loser Miami fans, I guess. But anyway, things have gotten a lot better. But really funny is we just went to Belize and Honduras. And we played some soccer down there. We have another channel where that video is, but when I was down there, I had one too many margaritas, and the guy on the street was selling little mini surfboards that he hand paints things on, and I thought it was cool, but you know, I didn't need a little surfboard, and I joked, I said, "Oh, you can't do Miami," and he went, "What do you mean Miami?" I was like, Enter Miami." And he's like, "What do you want?" And I said, okay, I told him exactly what I wanted. I said, I want the crest in the middle. I want some palm trees with the skyline. He didn't do the skyline, but he did do a sunrise and like this little sunburst. And I was like, and I want Lionel Messi's face. And the guy was just over the moon that I had all these requests and all these specific instructions for him. And he said, you buy it for $35? And I said, dude, if you can do that, I will give you $50. Like, a little tip, right? Because that's a lot to ask. He said, okay, come back in 40 minutes. So I went down to the beach, swam with my kids, hung out, came back, and this is what the guy had done. Like, dude, how impressive is that? Shout out to Marcos. And this was actually in Cozumel. So shout out to Marcos and Cozumel for making me this little surfboard. All hand painted too, man. I think he did use a stencil for that. But dude, I watched him do most of this, and he's like whipping this little paddle. Like, he's not even using a brush. He's using like this hard paddle thing. I mean, dude, how cool is that? Anyways, did I need a little Miami surfboard? I guess so. So yeah, anyway guys, let's get into the game a little bit here. Kicked off at 7 Central Time for us last night. Really positive start, to be honest. Like, we were on the front foot, the ball was moving very well, and sometimes I wonder if Miami realizes what kind of team they are, because what they'll do, I've noticed, is when they come up against a team, and I don't even want to talk about the Red Bulls game, but when they come up against a team, it's almost like they feel like they have to show that they can play in that team's style. Like, oh, you guys are gonna be high on the attack, high energy. Oh, we can do that too. I just don't think that's wise. And the one person I know, and I'm pretty sure doesn't take this approach is Lionel Messi. When he's on the field, he doesn't conform to anybody else's game, and he is so good at slowing it down and giving his team time to get in position. I mean, and that I joke, but I kind of mimic my style as an older guy when I play in an adult league off of him, because, and I'm not comparing myself to Messi, but as I watch him in his older age, he's 4 years older than me, I say, wow, there's a guy that can still play because of how he's playing. And that's what has allowed me in my adult league to compete and probably be the best player there, because I don't try to keep up with those younger guys. And I'm much better with my feet than anybody out there, so I've learned how to shield the ball. I've learned how to hold up the play until one of those younger guys come and I can shift him to get open and give him the ball to score. But all to say, Messi doesn't do that. I feel like a lot of those younger guys on Inter Miami's team, they do try to conform to what the other team's doing, and it might be like on a subconscious level. Like they just think that they have to show that, oh, I'm fast too. I can take up people on the dribble. Sergio Busquets and Messi are going to tell you, or probably tell them like, hey, we need to slow down the game. I hope that's what they're saying. But anyway, we started good last night. Obviously got a goal in the 19th minute. Thomas Alaves. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know this guy's name. Or I don't know how to pronounce his name, rather. But yeah, got a goal in the 19th minute, so that was cool. Really wasn't expecting that, because if you know anything about Monterrey and the CONCACAF Champions Cup, they are the most successful team. They've won the most games. I think they've won the most championships. They're not something to play with, And it looked like Inter Miami was gonna possibly steal this game, which was going to be great, because this is the first leg, and then the second leg, I don't know if they would have had it in Miami. I'm pretty sure they would have had it in Miami, but puts us in a better position for that second leg. But of course, going all the way to the 65th minute, David Ruiz gets he gets a red card, which puts us a man down. And I think once that red card came into play, and with a combination of us trying to match their playing style, which is very fast, that's when we kind of fell apart. Now, what blows my mind is like Miami has the ability to keep the ball the entire game. And to me, that's really what they should lean into, is that ticky-tacky possession style that the Barca guys who are now on the team are used to. But in the 69th minute, they come back, they score a goal, okay? And it's tied at that point. I feel like it went half and half at that point. Half of the players for Inter Miami lost hope. Half of them kicked on. And that's never good. Now, I'm glad they didn't all lose hope, and at least half of them were still kicking on and said, okay, it's tied, big whoop. This is our chance to win. Somebody who just signified that was, let me see if I can find the lineup. I just want to make sure like everybody was in when I'm talking about this. Luis Suarez, okay? This guy is getting up there in age, and right at the beginning of the season, I think we were all kind of concerned at like his pace and just his body language whenever he would do long runs or get past the 45th minute or something like that. But this is what I'm going to say about Luis Suarez, okay? He's got more heart than all of the rest of the players that were on the field last night combined, maybe with the exception of the Barca guys, Jordi Alba and Busquets. But other than that, like, this dude is not gonna quit, and you could just tell that he wanted that game so bad, and that is the mark of a true champion, in my opinion, and a true world-class player. Even though he's getting up there in age, maybe his pace isn't exactly the same, you really couldn't tell. And I could tell towards the end, he was keeping up with those defenders, and he had no reason to be. Like, he shouldn't be the one that is looking like he is like fighting for his life. The younger guys should also be doing that. And I have some bones to pick with some of the younger guys here, particularly Gressel. This guy's really got to work on his touch. You are a professional player, okay? No offense, my touch is better than his. Now, can I run for 90 minutes on a professional pitch? Probably not. Can I outbeat these guys physically? No. he can. So just get that touch going, Gressel. Let's get this touch under control, bro. Like, literally get in your carport or garage and juggle for an hour a night. I know it sounds crazy, but that's what I tell my players, and I tell people who ask me, like, how is your touch so good? I just juggle the ball constantly, and it transfers to the field, because if you're good at not letting that ball touch the ground, well, when it comes to that ball getting touched out of bounds or getting touched towards this guy or that guy, you're going to be good at keeping it close to you if you practice juggling constantly. And it's just kind of mind-blowing to me. Like, he just seems like one of those NCAA players that, you know, is really, his pace is kind of his game. And although that's fine, I guess, that's not the beautiful game. The beautiful game is, how can you control the ball? Are you in control of the ball, or is the ball in control of you? And for me, he seems like he's more of the guy that the ball's in control of him. You hit it long, he can make it there. You hit it in a space, he can make it there. That's cool and dandy, and hey, that's a great tool in your tool bag, but to me, that doesn't make an all-around good player. Like, are you going to be able to get on a futsal court and keep away from the other team? Him? Probably not. Like, he's just not, his touch is just unbelievable. And he had one ball that came into the box that, I mean, I swear, his touch, it bounced 15 yards away. And then he was chasing to get to it, which he has the pace. He ended up not making it to it. He had a lot of, and he's kind of been bugging me for a couple games now. Robert Taylor, another guy, we saw some magic from Robert Taylor, you know, right when Messi came. And I still think Robert Taylor is a viable option for us and somebody that should be highly involved and is very important. But again, like Gressel, his touch isn't as bad, but they're both just these, like, I don't know, man. Look at Messi. Messi's never just trying to out-muscle people. And that's, you know, there's all kind of different styles across the world that we can look at, but the Spanish in particular, they play this game where it's all about the ball control. And I think it's the best way to play, personally. Now, do you need that physical stuff? Yes. Is it valuable to have that? Of course. But it's kind of like shooting. My players always want to practice shooting. And I always say, we're only going to practice passing, because shooting is just passing into the goal. So we're going to practice pings and long balls and daisy cutters and, you know, just regular passing, because if you get so good at passing, you just pretend that goal or that corner you want is one of your players and you ping it to them. Boom, you just pinged it into the goal, or you curved it into the goal, or whatever. So that, to me, the foundation of this game has got to be, how well do you as a person control the ball, and then how well does your team control the ball? Right now, we've got a split. We've got a couple guys on this team that are hyper-focused on controlling the ball, and then we've got the other half of the team that is, I guess, just bred and focused to score the goals and be physical. And if we can get goals that way, I'm all about it. But we're not getting goals that way. We're not holding teams up. Like, our defense last night was pretty exceptional, actually. It was unfortunate that the goal bounced off Busquets' head, and then Drake Callender made an amazing save. Let's talk about him for a minute. For the U.S. men's national team, as much as I like Matt Turner has not had, like, if you look at Matt Turner and you look at Drake Callender's performances with their clubs, it's night and day. As an Arsenal fan, I was very happy that we had Matt Turner, and I had high hopes for him. Not that I thought he was better than Ramsdale or anything, but just, you know, I was just glad that we had an American in that camp, which was really cool. And I understood why he left, and I actually thought it was a good move. But since Matt Turner's gone to Nottingham Forest, it's not been good. Between him and Brennan Aronson, like, those two American players really gotta start stepping it up. But going back to Inter Miami, Drake Callender, who is like our backup for the U.S. men's national team, I think there is a case to be made for 2026 that he should be our number one. And now, I guess some of the people that will come back on this video is going to say, well, it's the MLS. You know, it's not a top 5 league in Europe. I totally get that. But dude, some of these saves, I mean, it doesn't matter what nationality's kicking them. They're coming at him, and they're coming at him fast. Like the first goal, not the first goal. The second goal, I thought he was going to make that save, and he did get a finger to it. A lot of goalkeepers, including people like Aaron Ramsdale for Arsenal, that thing's going that way. he's going to know that that is out of his reach, and he's probably not going to make as much of an effort as Drake Callender did. I've been so impressed with his goalkeeping since Messi has come, and I don't know if that has something to do with, I guess, the importation of these guys and maybe their influence on him, but it's just like a light switch has come on, and he has been kicking butt. But if we go into the stats here, we've got Inter Miami 8 shots with 2 on target. We've got Monterrey with 21 shots and 8 on target, so a big discrepancy there. Monterrey had more possession with 59%. Inter Miami had 41%. They almost doubled us in passes. Their pass accuracy was just a little better, but our pass accuracy wasn't bad. Fouls, pretty even there, 16 for Inter Miami, 13 for Monterrey. Yellow cards, a lot of yellow cards, man. I forget the ref's name, but I recognize him from other CONCACAF competitions, and he was busy last night, okay? He had 8 yellow cards, and then, of course, the red card that we talked about. Offsides and corners, not much to talk about there, other than the fact that they had a lot of quarters. They didn't have an outrageous number. They had 4, but they put one of those in when they shouldn't have, and that's been a problem before. It's not just this game. Our set piece defending has been a problem. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I have to say about the game. It was definitely a heartbreaker. I did not wear my jersey while watching the game, and that was the first one that we've lost that I didn't wear it. So maybe, I mean, if I'm going to lean into the superstition camp, there it is. Like, I got to make sure I wear my jersey next time. Thank you guys so much for watching the channel. Like, subscribe. We're going to do, all kind of soccer content, and it's more of just for fun, to be honest, because I have another channel that I'm growing in a serious manner. But this one, it's just for fun, man. We love soccer, so we're going to be bringing you all kind of soccer content. But yeah, we will talk to you guys later and see you in the next video. Peace.